Can we ask questions too?
Yes,
You? So what is your plan? Where do you want to take the TLC to, or what are you working on right now?
Well, for me as a theme leader on research, I would say my goal is, and my dream is, that every teacher feels at least space and a space for asking questions about their own education, to have that curiosity again in your own situation. Why is it happening? How does it happening? And that we can offer a space, a community where they can share these questions, either with students, either with teachers, either with researchers, to have a connection. And then to go into deeper. Maybe it will lead to a deeper fundamental research or action research, or what kind of research, or the help of other teachers that to deal with things you have you see in your education. So that would be a wonderful thing, I guess, that every faculty can look deeper into their own education and to learn from each other. And I know there are a lot of teachers, and I understand from you, there are a lot of enthusiastic teachers that are really curious, that are having all kinds of questions, and I would love to give them the space to do something with these questions.
I have nothing to add to that. This is just
that's my dream.
This is just what we.
Yeah.
Where do you see, because you are providing that community, you are opening up this whole community. Where do you see the limitations, or is it time? Is it?
There are lots of limitations.
Yes.
So time is definitely. So you have to be very patient. You can't change this university overnight. This takes 20 years, 30 years, perhaps even longer. Another limitation, I think, is the kind of, there are lots. So one limitation is also the kind of pressure that is nowadays on your building a career. The building of careers of academic people doesn't enable them to become close friends of their education. And I would wish that they could be, because being a researcher basically is being a student. It's just being a lifelong learner. And so this is all what brought us into this university as staff people, that we wanted to never stop our study, our learning. But the pressure draws us away from teaching. That's a second limitation, I think.
Yeah, and I think we need a real fundamental redefinition of learning. As we see learning now, it's often you have to acquire a lot of knowledge, you do your exams, and then you pass, and then you are ready for the society. And I think that's not the idea that I have of learning. As Jan already said, it's the lifelong learning. I see it in your projects. It's not about just knowing the things and then you're ready. No, it's the whole person, and it's an individual process, but it's also the process in interaction. So it's what's happening in the brain, it's what's happening with your body, but also within your environment. And so we really have to redefine what we understand of what the real meaning of learning, or the meaning of learning, and how to translate that into education.
So this is a kind of third limitation, that the images that we have implicitly in our understanding of what is teaching, what is learning, what is university, what is life, what is the job market, all these images need to be transformed in important ways. And I think I dream about society being ready for this at this moment. And there are some people I can share this dream with, but there are lots out there who aren't that close to this dream yet.
Yeah.
And
What I find really beautiful is that you are talking about a massive systemic change, right?
Yes.
But you grabbed it. You grabbed it from one angle, and you said, "We're just going to start doing it."
yeah.
And
Well,
Yeah.
if nobody's doing something, it's like with our climate crisis and environment. You can say, well,
It really
what
is
I'm
the
doing
same
on my
thing,
own, it
yeah.
won't help. But if a lot of people do a little small thing, it's just one drop, but the bucket will fill it. So I think we have to do something.
And we do it just here. And I like your phrase about we are all living in the systemic error. And so it's on our screens, systemic error. And then we start doing something. It's, you can't do, well, yes, you can't do, there will be something like motivation coming out of such a screen. And,
But then in that sense, the TLC, well, is also about changing the world, because I think changing education is a way of changing the world. If we redefine the meaning of learning, then it is going to change so many things. That sort of ripple effect is insane.
and it's a ripple effect, and it's just one drop.
Yes.
You should remind how small the TLC actually is,
Yes.
and how big the world
World
is.
is.
So
Yeah.
we shouldn't overstate what we are doing here. But
But if we can give our students meaningful learning experiences and they connect that and use them in society, then I think it's going to have impact. Yes.
They are the
You have to
future
be
in the
very
end.
positive
Yeah, the
in
future,
working in the TLC, I guess.
this is a beautiful last
Yeah,
word,
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? And they have the future.
Definitely.
And it is the future. And it's uncertain.
I'm
I'm sorry.
Dit knip je eruit.